1990 was one of the most successful days in the history of the bookmakers' offices due to the first defeat of the invincible Mike Tyson.
It's over! It's over!
Mike Tyson has been knocked out!
On November 3, 2003, previously undefeated Zab Judah broke his 27-0 record, going down in flames in the fight against Kostya Tszyu. The knockout was boxing memes' top target for many years.
She was good, and another one! Floors Judah! He's up very quickly, but his eyes are in orbit! It's over! Jane Adey stopped it! Judah immediately up and complains, but the fight finishes dramatically in the second round, and Kostya Tszyu has unified the light welterweight division for the first time in 33 years. Judah bitterly protesting.
On March 21, 1997, the great Roy Jones Jr. protected his WBC belt in the fight against previously undefeated Montel Griffin. Roy held the fight in a typical for him unhurried manner, but in round 9 he began to act more roughly, what resulted in disqualification. In his post-fight interview, Jones said, "I wasn't sure that he had fallen. I had no time to think and look if he had fallen down."
Jones tees off. Montel goes down face first. That fight is over. He is not going to get up from this. It's over.
The time, 2 minutes, 27 seconds of the 9th round. The referee disqualifies.
Boxing is the sport which let only the chosen ones finish their last fight undefeated and become legends. There are also a great number of top boxers who still have experienced the bitterness of the first loss. Let's talk about them today. In this video, I'll show you how top and just very good boxers have lost their 0 in defeat records. The undefeated British boxer Kell Brook with 36-0 record thought that 2 weight categories were not an obstacle to the fight with Gennady Golovkin. But as the fight has shown, size matters.
In the far corner is holding up a towel. Engel is trying to get referee Marlon Wright to stop the fight, and now he finally throws the towel into the ring, and Gennady Golovkin is going to have a technical knockout victory in round number 5.
Manny Pacquiao lost his 0 after a year of professional career, namely on February 9, 1996, during the fight against his compatriot Rustico Torrecampo.
Torrecampo has carried the fight to Pacquiao. Oh! Pacquiao! He's out! It's over! Oh my God! It's over! Manny Pacquiao cannot get up! It's over! Manny Pacquiao, it's over! Cannot get up on time! Over! It's over! Manny Pacquiao, 1 punch and his eyes are crossed!
Tommy Morrison was considered to be the next Mike Tyson. By the fight with the Olympic and WBO champion Ray Mercer, Morrison had a record 28-0. What's more, Tom had won 24 fights inside the distance, but something went wrong.
Nervousness. Mercer with 2 good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner. And Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble! And Morrison goes down for the first time in his career. And that is it.
That's it.
It is
fight
it.
is over.
Ray Mercer has won it. He successfully defended his WBO heavyweight championship.
On May 31, 1997, Kostya Tszyu had another IBF title defense, a fight against the experienced Vince Phillips. Despite the fact that before the contest experts gave priority to Tszyu, the fight itself appeared to be equal, but by the round 8, Phillips completely took the lead. It's high time to recall the Great Trinity. On March 8, 1971, the undefeated WBA and WBC champion Joe Frazier faced in the ring the undefeated Muhammad Ali. It was the fight of the century in which Frazier was more successful and took Ali's zero.
The winner by unanimous decision and still heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
On January 22, 1973, the undefeated Joe Frazier got his fight against Foreman. Foreman easily stroked Smoking Joe off the list of unbeatable.
Frazier is ready to go again. Joe is standing. There he goes. 3 times. 3 times. The fight is stopped. Oh, Ali's doctor next to me. It is over. It is over. It is over in the second round. George Foreman is the heavyweight champion of the world.
It was Ali who closed the circle on October 30, 1974. Thinking that 40-0 was too cool for Foreman, Ali defeated Foreman for the first time in his whole career.
Another sneaky right hand. This time he worked over the shoulder of Foreman. This is the combination. Foreman gets stuck to the knee. Hey! The fight is stopped. Muhammad Ali. Dramatic. 8-round knockout. He knocks out.
The glorious Joe Louis also tasted the bitterness of defeat. On June 19, 1936, Joe Louis was knocked out by Max Schmeling.
With hard rights and left to the jaw, he has puffed up Lewis' left cheek, and Lewis is down. Lewis is down, hanging to the rope, hanging badly. He is a very tired fighter. He is blinking his eyes, shaking his head. The count is done. The fight is over. The fight is over. And Schmeling is the winner. Lewis is completely out.
Marco Antonio Barrera is a dazzling boxer who managed to protect the ideal 43-0 record until November 22, 1996, when he unexpectedly lost his WBO belt in the fight with Junior Jones.
More time than he deserved, but it's going to be over. The bell ends the round. Barrera is knocked down. The referee stopped the fight. Has the referee stopped the fight? Referee has stopped the fight.
Oh, the corner man came in to stop it also.
No, I don't believe so.
On June 22, 2002, Marco Antonio Barrera deprived Eric Morales of the privilege of being called undefeated and added the first defeat into the list of his 41 winnings.
It's all about, ladies and gentlemen, pride, honor, revenge, Mexican boxing at its best.
De Ciudad de Mexico, Marco Antonio Barrera.
The fight between two undefeated boxers, Felix Trinidad and Fernando Vargas, was held in December 2000. Trinidad was more successful and didn't allow the referees to decide the outcome of the fight.
Jim, there's no question, out of the last 4 rounds, Tito Trinidad is released 3.
Down goes Vargas on a big left hook. Fernando Vargas must score a knockout or he's lost this fight. Down goes Fernando again.
He's a veteran.
And that'll do it. The third right hand, the third knockdown of the round. A huge victory for Tito Trinidad.
He closes the show.
A year later, after the fight with Vargas, Trinidad himself was defeated in round 12. It was nobody else but Bernard Hopkins who tweaked his ideal 40-0 record.
Oh, huge right hand. Huge right hand by Hopkins. Down goes Trinidad. Whoa. I'm not sure Tito can get up. He's got the desire. He's never been knocked out. This fight is over. Steve Smoker stops it.
It was an evening of discoveries on January 29, 1994 for the legendary Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez. First of all, he was knocked down for the first time in his career.
Oh, down goes Chavez for the first time in his career.
And secondly, what hurts more, he was defeated according to a split decision.
the surge in Randall now becomes a reality.